Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Edith May's Paradise. And thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you, Georgie and Jacob and David. We appreciate you for all the work that you do. I'm going to try some poetry tonight, and this is actually my first time doing this, so anyway, the first poem is called Birds of the Distant Winds, and it was written, well, in the 90s actually, but it was actually published in 2001 by the Northern Virginia Community College, and here goes. Under the sun and under the moon, out of the black skies into the blue, there go the birds in flight, innocently into the distant winds, willingly and soon out of sight. Now the urge to become like the birds of the distant winds. Whispering sounds echo in my head, shadows fall low forming a triangle. When listening to the song of a dove, or the haunting cries of an eagle, my heart begins to lighten, openly as I gaze into the sky, for I am the bird in flight. Thank you. Okay, so this next poem I wrote for a friend of mine that I had years ago, who was in a relationship that started out great, but it ended up like disastrous with her in a mental hospital and everything. So I wrote this for her, putting myself in her shoes, but I just recently revised it, and it's got a really cool ending to it. It's called Losa Storm. There was a time for love, when love was real, love was new. There was a time for love, 'cause it was everything, it was you. Yes, there was love. Now love's the storm, with broken hearts bleeding in the rain. The thunder rolls all night, and the tears form. It is not clear how it got like this. The days passing by are no calm sea. The nights follow in true disarray. What's come over you, I beg to see. I dare to reason, but you force your way. Still, I remain the lightning that strikes now and then, till the eye of the storm becomes love once again. Thank you. Okay, this last poem that I'm going to do is brand new, and for those of you who don't know the characters in mythology, Icarus is found in Greek mythology and Rhiannon is Celtic. Some ask if I'm inspired by Icarus. I ask myself, could I fall from grace knowing I have flown close to the sun? Although I am more inspired by Rhiannon, she made 3 birds and rode a white horse. White, meaning purity, of course. In truth, I'm far more convinced my Creator will fill my soul with all that I need. The lesson I learned from my ancestor. Circle around life and dance with a feather. Thank you all so much.